Hi everyone, it's Ken with the IT Factory, and in this video we are going to talk about strategic value grids. These grids are a good way for teams to help align their work with the overall strategic plan for the organization. One of the common issues I see with Agile teams is that the developers don't have an understanding as to what the goal truly is, what they're trying to accomplish, or what the end state is. All they know is the product owner is putting cards on the board, we work them in a sprint, and then move our way down through the list. But there's no understanding of, oh, this is what we're truly trying to deliver back to the organization. So the value matrix is basically a 4-grid quadrant where you can rank products, you can rank feature sets, you can rank requirements, defects, really any of those types of planning components, where you assess them against a specific strategic goal. And then based upon the expected complexity, and I like to have the product owners work on the strategic value mapping and have developers and technical resources assess what they think the complexity is of the feature set. So once you have these two factors identified, then you can produce a 2x2 grid where your upper left quadrant is your high value, low complexity items, followed by high value, high complexity to the right. And then the bottom two quadrants are low value with low complexity to the left and high complexity to the right. So up here in our high value, low complexity quadrant, these are those items that are fairly easy to do, but they deliver a ton of value back to the organization. These are frequently quick kills. So I can work them through a team very quickly, usually within a sprint, and deliver the value, and people can immediately see the benefit of the work that the team has performed. Our items over here to the right, these are still high value, but they're harder to do. You might not be able to wrap up all the cards related to it within a sprint, might carry over, things like that. There might be some technical complexities, but they still deliver a significant amount of value back to the organization. Now our low value items, the low complexity side, sometimes you can find positive value within this quadrant. More times it's very, very minimal to nothing. But sometimes these items could be enablers for higher value items. So that would pull them onto your sprint roadmap. And then to the right, the low value, high complexity, this is the kill zone. You really want to avoid doing work in this quadrant. This is where a lot of times you'll find those items that seem to consume development teams. So you have developers that are working very hard, doing very good work, but the business feels they're not getting anything. Well, it's because they're focusing on items that don't deliver value back to the business. It may be an individual's interpretation of what they should be working on, things like that, but it's not in alignment with the overall strategic picture for the organization. So as you build out your grid, then you can use like these items here in the high value, low complexity block. Okay, these would be the first items I would want to lay out on my sprint roadmap. So now I know if I've got 3 features within this block, all right, great. Now I've got my first 3 feature sets that the team's going to work on, and just looking at the workload, see how it lines up on our sprint plan. And then proceed over to the higher complexity items. Now I'm going to jump out real quick into the IT Factory software and show you a very simple, straightforward example where we have gone out and performed an assessment. So I have 4 feature sets that I have scored against a strategic item of protecting customer information. And now you can see that I have the grid defined. So if I draw my lines on the 5s here, my upper left quadrant, I have a change password bubble. My quadrant to the right, I have adding a user, followed by my user list down at the bottom. So if I were to prioritize these on a sprint roadmap, I would start out with this feature set up here in the top left, followed by the one in the top right. And that would deliver those value items back to the business very quickly and without having that value diluted by lower value items. Hopefully this has been helpful. If you'd like more information, shoot an email to info@the-it-factory.com or visit our website at www.the-it-factory.com.